There's something weird going on in my town. Well, I come from a town in the south. A small town, really small, I'd say, 664 people. A place that was only not forgotten because of faith, since its people make a point to provoke God every single day. My family is very religious, even by local standards. My dad is the second pastor in town. The first is his father, who gave up the position and disappeared. My dad had me after a trip to another town when he was young, around 30 I'd say. He got my mom pregnant outside of marriage, and when he came back, his father made him pray for so many hours on corn kernels that his knees bled for days. To this day, he struggles to walk because of it. That's how he ended up being forced to marry my mom, who, for some reason, I don't think I'll ever understand, gave up her chance at a decent future to be a housewife. Anyway, she never let that stop her from loving me, unlike my father. Most people in town know I'm the result of a carnal sin, and because of that, they barely look me in the eye. At the tiny school, they usually throw trash at me. All of them look at me differently. Except Abby. She's the baker's daughter. We've been friends since 4th grade, when she punched a girl in the face for pushing me during PE. We usually skip Sunday Mass just to annoy her mom. Normally, she comes to my house. We stay together until the time she's supposed to go home, and she pretends to fall asleep so she misses it. But one time was different. We were silent. She was reading, and I was watching her eyes glide over the words. At some point, she put the book down, came over to me, sat on the bed and whispered, "I was at Tom's house." Tom was a weird boy from our school. Didn't have many friends. He was the son of the guy who owned the engineering shop. I think it's a bit farther from town, not sure. I knew they were supposed to work on a history project together, but I never thought Abby had feelings for him. I looked at her in silence. "It was 2 weeks ago. I swear I regret it," she went on. I was stunned, not because she had sinned or anything like that. I wasn't mad or disgusted, just empty. It was a strange feeling, but either way, I kept listening to her. "I'm scared of losing you. I'm scared of the disgust you might feel for me," she said through tears. "I'm physically incapable of feeling anything negative about you," I replied with a small smile. She looked at me, blinking, stunned. They'd hate me if they knew. At that point, we were lying squeezed together in a single bed. "You get used to it after a while," I said. She turned her face away while I stared at the ceiling. "They can't know. He wouldn't tell," I said, turning quickly to check the time. "You should be going home. Your mom's gonna kill me if she finds out you're here." She took the watch from my hand, jumped out of bed, and slipped on her shoes. I lost track of time. "Talk to you at school tomorrow. Bye," she said, running to the window and vanishing into the dark. Everything seemed normal until one night, the night Abby knocked frantically on my window. I woke up knowing something was wrong. She never comes at this hour, I thought. When I opened the window and saw her eyes, I knew what had happened. But I prayed I was wrong. My prayers were useless when I saw the bright red blood on her knees spreading across her white nightgown. I knew. I sat on the edge of the bed. She walked toward me slowly, knelt down, and rested her head lightly on my lap, her brown hair falling over my legs. She looked up, hands clasped over her chest, like she was praying, as I asked what had happened. Then she looked, without blinking. Big eyes, but lifeless this time. He told them everything. I stared, shocked, hands in her hair. "What? Why would he do that?" I said. "I begged for forgiveness, but they won't accept it," she said, tears running down her cheeks. I kissed her head softly. She looked at me, then sat next to me and hugged me. She whispered apologies. But we were interrupted by the sound of my parents' bedroom door opening slightly and the hallway light turning on. She hid in my closet, and I pretended to be asleep. My dad opened the door just enough to check if I was in bed, then closed it and went downstairs to answer the phone, which I only then realized was ringing. Abby came out of the closet and sat on the bed with me. We were trying to figure out who had called. "Hello? Who's this?" my dad's deep voice said. I quickly grabbed my phone to listen in on the call. "Hi, this is Martina." "Oh, hi Martina. Didn't know you had my number," he said. "But why are you calling so late?" "Well, It's my daughter, Abby. I'm afraid your daughter's influence is affecting my Abby, she said in her annoying, hoarse voice. I don't really understand what you're trying to say, but if my daughter did something, I'm sure I can teach her about it, my dad replied. I looked at Abby. She seemed scared. That's what I was hoping, thank you. And she hung up.